Is Professor D.D. Mohite from Civil Engineering Department, JSPM Narre Technical Campus. So this is our second experiment where we are going to calculate the sludge volume index of wastewater, that is sewage. This sample I have collected from the extended aeration tank from the treatment plant. So I have collected this 1 liter of wastewater sample. This wastewater sample we are going to settle, kept for settling in this cone. This cone is called as an Imhoff cone, having capacity 1 liter. So here there is a marking 1 liter, and at the bottom also there is a marking so that we can calculate the settled sludge. So this is an Imhoff cone. I am going to put all this 1 liter of wastewater in this Imhoff cone for settling, and we will calculate or we will measure what is the amount of settled sludge, activated sludge, to calculate the sludge volume index. So this is the sludge which is settleable. Sludge is very important. As we can see, we are going to keep this sample for settling for 30 minutes. So we have to make sure that all the sludge should come in this Imhoff cone. And so that's it. This is the 1 liter of wastewater sample collected from extended aeration tank of sewage treatment plant. Now we will keep this Imhoff cone for settling for 30 minutes, and then we will calculate what is the amount of settled sludge. So after 30 minutes, as you can see, most of the sludge is settled down, and you can see the clear water at the top. So I will take this reading. This is around 325. It is around 325. So whatever is the settled sludge is here, that is 325. As you can see here, settled sludge. So as we have already noted down what is the settled sludge. Now again we have to stir this sample completely, and after stirring this complete 1 liter of sample, we have to calculate the total solids in this sample and the total suspended solids from this particular sample, so that we will be able to find out what are the suspended solids and dissolved solids. So I have already we have to calculate the total solids, suspended solids and dissolved solids from this particular sample. From this sample we have to find out the total solids and total dissolved solids. During the first experiment we have already learned how to find out the total solids and total dissolved solids. So for that we have taken an empty crucible, that is W1. We will call it as a W1 for the calculation of total solids. For the calculation of total solids we require W1, that is the empty crucible weight, and W2, that is the weight after evaporation. So what we are going to take? We are going to take a 25 ml of sample from this particular wastewater, and we will keep this for the evaporation, and after evaporation whatever is the solid content that we are going to measure. So in this way, see here. So this empty weight of crucible was 47.751, and after evaporation, that is W2, this W2 will be your weight of after evaporation, and that will be around 747. From W2 minus W1. So W2 is our weight after evaporation, that is 47.751, minus W1, that is our empty crucible weight, and that is 47.582. So this is the weight difference for 25 ml. So whatever is this? This is 6.760 grams per liter. We have multiplied by 1000 to convert this into a liter. So this is in grams. So again we have to convert this into milligrams by multiplying by 1000. So this figure will be 6760 milligrams per liter. So this is your mixed liter total solids. In the similar way, we have to find out mixed liquor dissolved solids. Now for dissolved solids, what we need to do is a empty weight of crucible and the weight after evaporation. To find out the dissolved solids, first, as we have learned earlier, we have to filter this wastewater, and whatever filtered material, filtered liquid, that we have to evaporate, and after evaporation we have to take the weight, that will be your W4. That means filtered liquid after evaporation, whatever is the remaining, that will be your total dissolved solids. So in this way, W4 is your weight after evaporation, W3 is your empty crucible weight, and that will be 49.904 and 47.875. So this is the weight difference, and we have taken a 25 ml sample. Again we have to convert this for the liter and grams into milligrams. So whatever is this mathematical calculation, that is 1.240 grams per liter. After multiplying by 1000, that is converted to the grams to milligrams. This will be 1240 grams per liter. So these two values are mixed liquor total solids, that is your 6760 milligrams per liter. Mixed liquor, this is called as a mixed liquor. So mixed liquor dissolved solids, that is your 1240 milligrams per liter. And whatever is our settleable solids, those are 325 ml, that is dissolved, that is settled down, and that is for 1 liter sample. So 325 is our V. V is nothing but your settled solids. So here mixed liquor total solids we have calculated, mixed liquor dissolved solids we have calculated. Now the difference between these two is nothing but your suspended solids, that is MLSS, that is mixed liquor suspended solids. Total solids minus dissolved solids is suspended solids. So difference of these two, that is 6760 minus 1240, that will be around 5520 milligrams per liter. So this 5520 is nothing but your MLSS, that is mixed liquor suspended solids. Now how to find out the SVI from these readings? So SVI is nothing but the settled volume, that is we have taken this. So settled volume of sludge multiplied by 1000 divided by your MLSS, that is mixed liquor suspended solids. Now these calculations we need to do, that is volume is 325 multiplied by 1000 divided by your MLSS, that is 5520. So SVI can be calculated V multiplied by 1000 divided by MLSS. So our V is 325 multiplied by 1000 divided by our mixed liquor suspended solids. So this mathematical calculation will comes around 58.87. So your sludge volume index for this particular sample is 58.87. Now this, what is the significance of this particular figure? What is the significance of this SVI? Actually, sludge volume index indicates the efficiency of extended aeration time. How efficient the sludge is to aerobically decompose the waste from the wastewater or the organic matter from the wastewater. When this SVI comes around 50 to 60, we can consider as the aeration process is running quite well. The second significance of this SVI is we require to recirculate the activated sludge in the for the extended aeration tank in the treatment plant. So to define the recirculated sludge or recirculation quantity, this sludge volume index plays a very important role. Thank you.